Welcome back. Over the last 6 days, you built 6 agents, each one hardened its own way. Memory, tools, the web, documents, and agent-to-agent communication. Today, none of that matters unless it holds up as one system. We're building a security operations center that watches, tests, and audits your entire agent ecosystem. The same guardian layer that separates a robust production deployment from a costly breach. Quick orientation before we touch any code. We're still in Module 1, Enterprise Agent Architecture and Hardening, and this is day 7 of 30, the last day of week 1. Every day this week built one hardened capability. Memory on day 2, tools on day 3, the web on day 4, documents on day 5, agent-to-agent communication on day 6. Today isn't a new capability. It's the day that proves the first 6 actually work together. Here's the real problem. Major companies lose millions of dollars to AI system breaches, and a huge number of those breaches happen not because any single component was weak, but because nobody actually tested how the components behave together under attack. 6 individually hardened agents don't automatically add up to one secure system. That's an assumption, not a fact, until something actively tests it. Today, you're building a security operations center, a coordinator that shares encrypted security context across every agent, an automated penetration testing engine that simulates real attacks before a real attacker does, and an audit and compliance system that gives you bulletproof documentation instead of a shrug when an auditor asks a hard question. Here's the one picture to hold on to for the rest of this lesson. 5 stages, and the way they connect is the whole point of a SOC. Agents register with the security coordinator first, establishing an encrypted channel. Nothing else can happen until this step completes. Penetration testing runs automatically against the registered agents, reporting any vulnerabilities it finds straight back to the coordinator. The audit system captures every interaction across every stage, building an immutable security timeline. Performance monitoring correlates security events with system performance, because a security problem often shows up as a performance anomaly before anyone flags it as security. And the dashboard pulls all of this together into a real-time view of your security posture. The detail at the bottom of this slide is the one to really absorb. This isn't a one-time setup checklist, it's a loop. Penetration testing doesn't run once when you deploy and then stop. It runs continuously. A vulnerability it finds today feeds back into the coordinator's security context immediately, which can change what the dashboard is watching for tomorrow. 3 layers, and each one carries one distinct responsibility for the whole ecosystem. The security coordination layer is a centralized coordinator, but not a single point of failure. Each agent maintains its own security state locally, and the coordinator's job is sharing encrypted context between agents and contributing to system-wide threat detection, not being the one thing that takes everything down if it fails. The assessment engine is where testing stops being theoretical. It runs continuously, simulating the kinds of attacks that actually happen. Prompt injection and data poisoning, attempts to bypass authentication, attempts to corrupt shared security state, and attempts to intercept inter-agent communication. This is active validation, not a checklist someone fills out once during a security review. The audit and compliance system logs every action, decision, and state change with cryptographic verification, including before and after snapshots of anything that changes. That last detail matters. A log entry that only shows the new state doesn't let you prove what changed or when, but a before and after pair does. Together, these 3 layers are what let you say, with evidence rather than hope, that your 6-agent system is actually secure as a whole, not just secure agent by agent. Let's ground the coordination and audit layers in real code. Security Coordinator starts with an empty dictionary of encrypted states and an audit logger instance. Nothing here holds a shared secret key in memory longer than it has to. Register agent is where a new agent joins the system, and line 7 is the line I've highlighted. Capabilities get encrypted before they're stored anywhere, and definitely before anything about this registration is logged. Line 8 stores only the encrypted form. The coordinator never keeps a plain text copy of an agent's capabilities sitting in memory. Line 9 writes the audit entry after the encrypted state is safely stored, confirming the registration happened without ever needing to touch the plaintext again. Audit entry, starting at line 11, is the other half of this picture. Every entry gets a timestamp, a hash computed from the event type, agent ID, and details, and a signature. That signature is what makes this tamper-evident. If anyone modifies an audit entry after the fact, the signature no longer matches the content, and that mismatch is detectable. This is what the lesson means by bulletproof documentation. Not just that events get logged, but that the log itself can prove it hasn't been altered. Traditional performance monitoring misses security-specific patterns entirely, and this is the dashboard view that closes that gap. 4 metrics, each one security relevant in a way generic monitoring wouldn't catch. Authentication latency tracking watches for slowdowns in the auth path specifically, because a sudden increase in auth latency can be an early signal of a brute force attempt, rather than just infrastructure under load. State sync performance measures the actual cost of the encryption overhead from the coordination layer against the security benefit it buys you. This is what lets you make an informed trade-off, instead of guessing whether the encryption is worth its cost. Anomaly detection flags unusual patterns that a human reviewing dashboards manually would likely miss, treating them as signal rather than noise. And real-time compliance scoring gives you a live score based on your current security policy, not a report someone compiles once a quarter that's already stale by the time it's read. Together, these 4 turn your monitoring dashboard into something that's specifically watching for security failure modes, not just general system health, which is exactly the distinction a SOC is supposed to make. 3 failure modes, and these are the ones that turn a well-intentioned security review into a false sense of safety. First, no continuous penetration testing. Running a single security test at launch and calling the system validated is a snapshot, not an ongoing guarantee. Your agents, your dependencies, and the threat landscape all keep changing after launch. The assessment engine has to keep running, continuously, to actually mean anything 6 months later. Second, audit logs without cryptographic signatures. A log file that anyone with write access can silently edit isn't evidence of anything. It's a narrative that happens to currently agree with itself. Hashing and signing every entry is what turns a log into something tamper-evident, where an alteration is detectable rather than invisible. Third, a coordinator that holds all the security state itself with nothing local to each agent. That design looks simpler, but it means a single coordinator failure or compromise takes down security context for every agent at once. Keeping state locally on each agent, with the coordinator sharing context rather than owning it outright, is what avoids that single point of failure. 5 heuristics to carry with you past today's specific code, and past week 1 as a whole. Encrypt before you store before you log. The coordinator's registration flow only ever handles a capability payload in plain text for the shortest possible moment. Testing is continuous, not a launch day checkbox. An assessment engine that runs once isn't meaningfully different from not having one 6 months later. Sign your audit entries, don't just write them. A hash and a signature are what separate real evidence from a log file someone could quietly edit. Share context, don't centralize state. Each agent should hold its own security state locally, with the coordinator distributing shared context rather than becoming the one component whose failure takes everyone down. And security metrics belong in performance monitoring. Authentication latency and state sync cost are genuine security signals, not just infrastructure noise to smooth over in a dashboard. If you only take one of these with you, make it the second. Testing is continuous. Everything else in this lesson is protecting a system that has to keep proving it's still secure, not one you validate once and trust forever. That's week 1 complete. 6 hardened capabilities, now proven to work together under a security operations center that coordinates, tests, and audits the whole ecosystem continuously. Tomorrow starts week 2, secure runtime, monitoring, and conversation systems. Day 8 is enterprise chat agent architecture, WebSocket management, multi-tenant session isolation, and a customer support agent built with enterprise SSO integration. See you there. Everything from today lives at the lesson link, and the course home has the full 30-day curriculum if you want to see what's coming in week 2. Thanks for building through all of week 1 with me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next for Day 8 as Week 2 begins.